Warframe's second Dream update is live. Paladins introduces a brand new champion. All that and more. I'm Zach Sharps, and this is Free to Play Weekly. First up in the news this week, Ubisoft announced that their free-to-play online strategy game, Tom Clancy's EndWar Online, has entered into open beta. Alongside this open beta launch comes with a brand new PvP mode titled War Game. This mode pits players against each other utilizing special decks while offering big rewards. If you're curious about the title and plan on checking it out, during the open beta you'll have access to a large variety of content, including 80 plus commanders over 9 unit classes, 84 maps, and a selection of PvP modes and customization. That is a lot of content. Ever wonder what a Warframe actually is? Well, Digital Extremes has an answer for you in its most recent update to its free-to-play title called Second Dream. Warframe's newest update features a new cinematic quest for all players who have completed the Nata quest. Within the new quest, players will find out more information regarding the origin of the Tenno. Alongside the cinematic questline, there is also a new tile set, new archer-themed Warframe called Ivara, which can utilize zip lines to rain down arrows on her enemy, and also new weapons plus other gear. Overall, Second Dream has a ton of new content, and if you haven't played Warframe for quite a long time, I certainly recommend giving it another shot. Do you remember that free-to-play card game called Hex Shards of Fate? Well, if you forgot about it, but were interested in times past, you'll be happy to hear that the developers of the title dropped a sneak preview of their upcoming Fort Romor dungeon. This dungeon pits you against a boss by the name of Lord Adam, and he will utilize a deck against you which contains various cards such as Royal Diplomats, Royal Heralds, Queen's Guards, and various other royalty-themed cards. Also in the update preview was general card modifications, a peek at the card that you'll acquire by defeating Lord Adam, and a whole lot more. Personally, I'm waiting for Hex to bring further depth to the whole experience before hopping back into it, but this update certainly is a step in the right direction. Speaking of taking a step in the right direction, do you remember when you possibly were drunk or on some other substance and downloaded a game that you really regret and it's now sort of like that permanent mark on your Steam library? Well, you can now permanently remove it from your library, actually, ridding yourself of that stain that's been on your glorious collection for far too long. This of course also means you can get rid of all those free-to-play titles that you thought were terrible, and make Lord Gaben even more money because in the case of paid titles, he can now resell those deactivated keys. Yay! I for one can't really find a reason why someone would feel the need to permanently throw away a key they bought, especially since you can always make categories to throw those bad games into, but maybe I'm crazy. For this particular matter, it's time for the question of the week. Last week on the show, I asked you guys your thoughts regarding Electronic Arts and if your opinion toward them has changed. A user by the name of Laliette Shadow stated the following: "Buying EA games is like going for a job interview and telling the interviewer that he can hire you now first, but then he can find out more about you through a DLC coming out in half a year's time." Thanks for your guys' responses. Pretty much all of you said that your opinions haven't changed toward EA, and most of you still despise them, and understandably so. This week's question is, have you ever bought a game that was so bad that you wanted to permanently delete it from your collection? If so, which game and why? I really can't think of one myself. There's games I've despised, of course, but unless I was able to sell them, such as like a physical copy, I don't really feel the need to get rid of them. However, I do feel there's probably at least a few of you, if not more, that will absolutely love this feature. Last up in the news this week, Hi-Rez Studios released a brand new update for their closed beta free-to-play team-based shooter Paladins. In patch 0.8, a new champion called Evie was added to the lineup. She utilizes illusions and teleports to continually harass the enemy team and can be incredibly annoying on the battlefield if played correctly. Also added was a system to deal with players bailing in the middle of a match. Small tweaks have been made to existing maps, and new cards have been added to the game as well. I got a chance to play Paladins this week, and surprisingly I think Hi-Rez Studios has struck gold twice. First there was Smite, now an equally addicting and surprisingly optimized Paladins. Blizzard, you better watch out. You know who else should always watch out? You, of course. Keep a watch on MMOBomb.com for your latest free-to-play news. Follow us on social media to get updates on breaking news. And also be sure to check out our giveaways page to ensure that you never miss one. As for myself, signing out until next week's Free-to-Play Weekly, I'm Zach Sharps, and I'll catch you guys next time.